Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. Portions of sealed court documents used to obtain search warrants in an investigation of Mayor Larry O'Brien have been obtained by CBC Ottawa. The OPP has been investigating the mayor since March after another mayoralty candidate, Terry Kilrea, alleged that O'Brien had offered to get him a posh federal government position if he pulled out of the race. CBC News reporter Corey O'Kelly has the documents, and he joins me now. So, Corey, what did you find out today?
Well, Lucy, we have about 40 to 50 pages of the documents used by OPP investigator anti-racket squad Brian Mason. This is the stuff that police used to get a search warrant for the hard drive of Mr. Terry Kilrea and his correspondence with Larry O'Brien and Treasury Board Chairman John Baird. Mason says in the documents he believes that Larry O'Brien offered to obtain the reward of an appointment for Terry Kilrea if he withdrew from the Ottawa mayoral race. The officer also believes that Mr. O'Brien offered to reimburse Mr. Kilrea $30,000 in his election expenses if he pulled out of the race. Those documents alleged that O'Brien told Kilrea he was putting his name forward for an appointment to the National Parole Board, and he was to contact Treasury Board Chairman John Baird and ask for his support. Emails between Kilrea and Baird are in the documents and show Baird had no knowledge of what was going on. One of his responses, "You're looking for an appointment? This is the first time I've heard of it," said Baird.
Now, Corey, we've heard a lot about this already, but give us a sense of how big an investigation this actually is.
Well, 4 members of the anti-racket squad were involved, and more than 80 witnesses from as far away as British Columbia were interviewed, including Pierre Poilievre and Lisa MacLeod locally.
And what are the mayor's lawyers saying about all this?
Well, surprisingly, they didn't oppose the release of these documents. Here's what one of the mayor's lawyers had to say today.
The Ottawa Citizen has reported on this matter to the extent that it now runs the risk of turning into an over-the-top political soap opera as opposed to what it actually is, an allegation that is currently being investigated where no charges have been laid. Mayor O'Brien has cooperated fully with the investigators and believes that ultimately justice will prevail. He is not going to let Mr. Kilrea's allegations distract him from the job for which he was elected, that being his important work with council on behalf of the taxpayers of the City of Ottawa.
All right, Corey, so there you have the mayor's lawyer. What happens next in this?
Well, in court today, they said the investigation is finalized. The decision now is up to Mason to whether or not to lay charges. And I spoke with him a short while ago. He said he has not made up his mind if and when charges will be laid against Mr. O'Brien. Okay.
Corey, thanks for bringing us this story. The CBC's Corey O'Kelly. For continuing coverage of this story, tune into CBC Radio's Ottawa Morning beginning tomorrow at 5:30 a.m.